That's my shit, my shit, my shit. That's my shit. That's my shit, my shit, my shit. That's my shit. That's my shit, my shit, my shit. That's my shit. Shit.
Who like dope beats, fly rhymes, and waxing the philosophical? Cause we don't like the small talk, gossip, and what's topical. If it's a product of your heart and soul, then it's optimal. Pull up and have a seat, we about to do the impossible. I'll put you on the game if you working new to the set. Underground lurking and ain't nobody heard of you yet. Whether first time hustling, service, or crazy vet, lay it on the table the way we earning major respect. Now we paying tribute, so just relax and laugh a bit. Sit back and maybe you learn something after it. Try not to be offended, pretending to have a fit. The truth is, I just like what I like. That's my shit.
That's my shit, my shit, my shit. That's my shit. That's my shit, my shit, my shit. That's my shit. That's my shit, my shit, my shit. That's my shit. Shit. This right here, that's my shit.
Yeah, so it's like the puppies doing a line check.
Yeah.
Stop.
Should we blaze one before this?
Absolutely. I think we just smoke weed right here, right?
It says no smoking right there, but
I mean, I think it's like a cigarette thing, and
Are you using the
Twist one up,
the religious
religious.
Is that Rastafarianism?
No, it's San Martinism. So
Samism?
so low. So it's a
You Samist?
I'm a Samist. I'm a salmonist. I love fishing.
I don't think, man. I'm scared of salmonists.
Shit, really? Why?
They
The
just,
warbird, huh?
They don't give a lot of fucks. They do. They're very generous, kind people, until but they also don't give fucks about other things.
Things like kittens,
Like laws, smoking, and great room.
relationships with promoters.
Live Nation, et cetera, et cetera.
Fire code hazards, et cetera, et cetera. Yes.
Their own well-being, et cetera, et cetera.
So, I mean, fuck it. I mean,
That's what I say.
like kind of like nihilism, salmonism.
I think Sam's a moral nihilist because Sam could be like the most generous, kindest friend, but he's also like everything is ending in his opinion.
Yeah, it's all. The glass is definitely half empty.
So he looks at like any version of optimism or like utopianism is like, why? It's like it's all ending.
I look at it like communism. I call it communism.
Yeah, you call it all communism.
This guy's like, you don't know what
now
communism is.
I know a lot about communism because I grew up kind of studying Marx and shit, and so for me, like,
he thinks it's funny. I'm like,
I think it's funny the way he looks at everything. That's like a utopian, revolutionary kind of perspective. As like, it's all communism, and it doesn't matter. It's all ending, and everyone's fucked. Everyone's a piece of shit. But I'm gonna help this homeless kid off the street and fucking feed his family.
Yeah,
it's a different thing.
Yeah, but that's just that's just like allowing him to keep giving the street chaos. You know what I mean? It's very self-serving for me. I like graffiti.
Isn't that how you two met? So was
Graffiti?
Well, you were helping you.
Yeah.
In a way, his friends that he grew up with were raising money for when I was in prison for marijuana, actually. A big marijuana case in Connecticut where I was set up with 100 and some odd pounds by a mule who he snitched on like 7 people, but I was the one that took the hit for a lot of, because most of them were West Coast based. So I was the only one that went to prison.
How long were you in there?
I was in, it was about half a year. It was a 18-month sentence, but I did a program, so it was like less than half a year in the end. But I did like NA at the end in a halfway house with like, I did prison time and then had to go do some stupid ass like
For weed.
classes for weed and act like I was a addict. And I just had to listen to like religious fucking rants from like a homophobic piece of shit fucking dude who used to like, he like hated himself so much that he would be like, back in the day, I'd be getting my dick sucked by trans prostitutes, smoking crack, and then I found Jesus. And that's why we're here in NA doing the 12th. And I'd just be like, yeah, I don't know what to say. Sold weed. I was addicted to selling weed.
Yeah. I didn't even smoke it.
I didn't even smoke it.
Addicted to the game?
Yeah, I was addicted. That's what I would always say when they asked me, like, why are you in here? I was like, well, I'm not going to say I'm in here to try to get out of prison earlier. I said, I'm here because of a fast life that took me over. That's fact. I definitely lost myself in the process. Do you know what I mean?
We talked about it a lot when we started doing Codefendants and stuff, is that it's so easy to fall back in to that. It's like being a stripper.
I mean, let's be fucking
it's
honest.
like when
we still were doing work when we first started Codefendants.
Allegedly.
We didn't do any work.
Yeah, we didn't do work. But, it's like being a stripper. It's like once you get that, you do 15 minutes of work. And I mean, a lot of the stuff that we allegedly, it was like brokering, and it was like what are you really doing? You're putting two people together and then they both give you tribute for doing so.
Yeah, we just know hella people. We just get in our little points and stuff, whatever, So
but
it's easy to backslide into old habits.
it
especially
happens a
when
lot.
you're struggling to pay your bills during pandemic.
Child, child care, stuff like that.
Government help has dried up and whatever,
Hey, that was the best time of my fucking life, dude.
Some good times.
The lockdown and the Trump money. Here, you know what I mean? Yo, fuck Trump in the face with a fucking chainsaw, but that money was nice, dude. I learned how to play the NPC directly because of President Trump.
You bought your NPC because
I bought my NPC with my Trump money.
I think I did the same. Actually.
I used their
I bought
money.
the second NPC with the there you go.
I mean,
hang on to it.
we used government money to directly make songs that were anti-government.
Yeah.
I like it. See, half full, no matter what.
And now we're living off of those songs.
Yeah.
Completely. That's our whole new.
How does that feel?
Amazing.
Well, it feels like
honestly, I was at the end of my rope when it came to music. I was just like, I'm gonna get a regular job. I wanted to be a trucker or buy. I was gonna buy a truck. I was trying to figure out a way to buy a truck. That's how I was gonna flip whatever.
Also,
bread
the
I had.
vegan restaurant.
And a vegan. I was trying to do
CBD,
a restaurant.
You had a CBD
I was
store.
trying to do a bunch of shit that would just keep me stable, and then Codefendants happened and changed everything.
So, I kind of want to dive into how you two came together and how did you know of each other's music before you knew each other?
Yeah. Well, kinda. His friends were fans of my music, like all the people he grew up with. They were the type of supporters that would be at every show in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Specifically, some of them, but so they brought him to 924 Gilman Street in Berkeley, which is actually the first place I ever saw a punk show.
Who was it?
13 years old. Fuck, I don't remember. Yeah. I want to say it was someone like the Groovy Ghoulies or someone like that. Like this Bay Area,
I used to be so in love with her. I'm still in love with her, but
pop punk kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or, for lack of a better term, but fucking.
thank you.
Sam's homies brought Sam to see us play at Gilman Street. That's how he really found out about what I was doing. I guess you had heard about me before, but we were in super similar circles. Like he was in a underground hip hop crew out in San Francisco for a long time that I knew every other member other than him. So it was just odd. And then during pandemic, I heard a interview much like this one, where Sam basically was like, they were like, what punk rock you listen to? He was like, I'm listening to Ceschi. Like, I'm not really listening to punk rock or whatever. He said my name amongst others. So, and then we reached out, and I saw he was following me from the years before, and we started chopping it up.
Okay.
That's really the story.
So I fielded some questions from ye old internet. And a couple people, myself included, we want to know, where does Fat Mike fit in with the Codefendants now? And I guess, how did he get involved in the first place?
Well, Sam, that's probably a better question for Sam.
So I was, I had gotten divorced, and I moved to Hollywood with Fat Mike, and I was painting his house, and I was staying at his house, and then we started doing the podcast.
Like, Sam's a house painter for many years.
Yeah, like 20-year house painter.
And so Sam, you were the reason I kept listening to Fat Mike's Fat Mike. I thought you added a lot to that show.
Don't tell him that, man.
Don't tell him?
No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Yeah, we're Well, I'll finish this one first. So I was living with him, and then I was fucking with Ceschi. I'd gone on a trip with my girlfriend to Arizona at the time, and I did a podcast, and that's the podcast that he heard. It was with a Canadian podcast group. And so when I reached out to Ceschi, he actually reached out to me. He said, "Hey, man, thanks for fucking shouting me out. Appreciate that." I'm like, "Hey, you want to make some fucking music? I saw you with my boy Mark Heredia." He's like, "Oh, I know Mark." You know, and then we started talking, and then we realized that, you know, I'd been on a record with, you know, Astronautilus, who was like a good friend of theirs, and my friend Babelfish, Edison, and the Paper Vehicle with me, Mildew, and all them. We found out that we have all these same people we've been making music with throughout the years, but me and him had never met. So I wrote Abscess and sent it to Ceschi. Ceschi showed up for the recording session at Baz's house with fucking two mechs from, you know, Project Blow to Mexican Descent, Shapeshifters. He just, like, you know, I grew up on underground hip-hop, so that shit fucked me up. And so we did Abscess, and then I had this beat from the fucking Donald Trump NPC, and I was like, yo, check this shit out. And so we did fucking that song, Las Vegas.
Dude, that shit's
It's
hot.
on, yeah, that's
Yeah,
on.
that was the first two songs we did.
Ever.
Obsessed in Vegas.
Yeah, straight
Vegas
up.
is fucking.
Vegas
That's
didn't come
probably
out
my
for a while.
favorite of all your tunes, man.
Sick, man. We got more coming out like that. Like,
But like Mike didn't. So we did like four
yeah. So
songs.
oh yeah, Mike. So Mike came. Yeah, so we did like 4 songs, and honestly, me and Ceschi were writing them, and my at the time my girlfriend's living room in Koreatown in LA on her grandpa's Spanish guitar, and then we made these demos, and I took it to, and Baz had recorded like some light work at his house. Fat Mike was doing documentary. They DOC had rented out his spot to do for like a location thing because they were doing the documentary interviews there, and I was playing MPC to one of DOC's stories. He's like, "Oh man," he's like, "Well, that sounds good, bro." And then Mike came up and was all, "Boom, boom." He's like, "No, I did that." So, but that day, I played him the Codefendants shit, and he's like, you know, Mike's, one of my favorite things about Fat Mike is that he might, like, come off as dismissive, or he didn't catch something, but that motherfucker will, like, come at you, like, 3 weeks later with, like, the exact facts of the matter.
Yeah,
You
he's got
know.
a wild brain.
He got a
like
wild
that.
brain. He's like the janitor in that fucking movie or whatever, dude.
Be like, and that chord you hit at that.
yeah, and you're like, the fuck are you talking about? And he's like,
It's
no.
on some Miles Davis shit.
Yeah, he's on some shit, bro.
He's on some shit. He has a mathematical brain. So
Yeah.
like, the way he looks at music is very different than most musicians.
Yeah, he hears shit that, like.
If you listen to Defcons, if you break down the chords of that, it has like 9 chords in it. But the whole idea is to make it move around one bass line. So it's very complicated actually.
It's hard as fuck to
But
play.
but it doesn't sound like it. The whole idea is to make it sound easy on the
Simple.
ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like some Bob Weir shit where he
He's
plays
also-
the different.
I don't know enough about the Grateful Dead. Is that that's the Grateful
Yeah,
Dead?
yeah.
But yeah, probably. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just a different, you know, coming from like hip hop and stuff. So the reason why I even know Fat Mike is because my first band, Get Dead, we've been signed to his record label from San Francisco, and he heard about us. He was our old engineer and drummer, Josh Garcia. He was calibrating the screens inside Motor Studios, and Fat Mike just happened to come in, and he was calibrating them with a Get Dead video we had like DIY'd. You know, this one's for Johnny. And Mike saw it and was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And he's like, "Oh, this is our buddies. So this is Sam King." And, you know, when I was living in San Francisco, we had a skater house in the Mission. We had a half pipe in the back. It was fucking, I was known around the block. You know what I mean? Like, our old crew, Monkey Knife Fight, got on the SF Guardian cover because they were like, "What is Monkey Knife Fight?" You know what I mean?
What is Monkey Knife Fight?
Scholars maintain the translation was lost years ago, bro. If you look it up, if you Google it, read the Guardian interview, you can easily find it. And this shows the cover and all this shit. But
I have some friends that have a band called that too.
yeah,
I'm in
well, they
Massachusetts.
think it was like everyone thought it was from The Simpsons, because when they get out to international waters, he's like, break out the monkeys, and they got the monkeys and have a monkey knife fight and shit. But you know, I'll die with the real reasoning for it. But anyway, when he wanted to meet us after that, and when he seen us, I like showed up with a black eye from a bar fight, and he's like, you must be the singer. I'm like, you must be the transsexual Jewish man. You know? He was wearing a dress, and then me and him became fast friends, man, because like, you know, I'd come through the city when I moved away, and you know, go visit him at his house, and he'd like try to answer the door and like the most ridiculous shit. And I don't give a fuck, like, for real. I'm just like, cool, bro. Hey, you got great legs, dude. What do you want to hear from me, dude? Yeah, I mean, I just worked 12 hours, dude. Fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking buy this Coke. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah,
So,
but then, like, when he heard the demos,
Yeah,
when
he
heard
went
the
all in
Codefendant demos, he
immediately.
was like, stop.
Yeah, he stopped
What
everything
do we
he was
got to do
doing.
to make this happen?
Yeah.
I want to, like, produce this. And then it was right after Sam had caught a case for like a fight for outside of a bar in Hollywood, and
The black eye fight or something different?
No. The black
This is,
eye fight that I
this
met
is
Fat Mike
Codefendants.
was probably almost 20 years prior.
Okay.
So we have a pattern of behavior. And with that, a word from our sponsors.
but yeah, so Mike, you know, offered us. Oh yeah, word from our sponsor. Word. It's too loud, right?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, we can take a smoke break. So,
The app's called CapCut, and like when you can like record shit on it. I think I did one video. I only fucked with it once. Like we just got it because we just started doing the shit.
yeah.
But I did a test where I walked to the airport, and they were playing like some like horrible Katy Perry shit above it, and I'm like, hey, what's up? This is Sam. I'm walking through an airport. They're playing the worst fucking music I've ever heard. Watch this. I'll make the music turn off. And then I was like, see, I told you I made the music turn off. And there's a bunch of audio features on that specific AI fucking app.
Okay.
And you can fucking, and like, so then when I put it on, I'm walking and I'm like, hey, what's up? This is Sam. Watch me turn off this shit. And that's where I added the effect that finds it. And it like stems out your audio for live shit like this. you
Okay.
know?
Well, we might just have this whole part included, and they'll
Yeah,
they'll
check it
never
out.
hear
Hey, 100%. That's ill.
Yeah.
Do that. Check out CapCut. You know what I mean? And I think that they even do like a yearly service. So if you do a good job editing that together, probably hit them up and be like, "What's up, player?"
Get a
Go, if you-
sponsor?
yeah. If you want us to put this in here, give us a year free of your fucking product. Because I also think
Not
that
a
a lot of
bad
these
move.
AI apps and all these fucking people that are running this shit, that are making it, they need to fucking start doing a little better job at like sponsoring all these like content creators. They don't really go out and do it. You know, it's like, oh, that just.
Yeah, they're all just milking us for everything.
Well, yeah, but that's why we gotta milk them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything got nipples.
See, that's why I liked listening to the Fat Mike, because this dude's fucking constantly off the chain.
Yeah, it was a great podcast.
Yeah.
So like I was around in the back room for a lot of that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like-
good chunk of it.
Talking mad shit.
So,
I was like, this is boring as fuck. I was kidding.
He ain't coming back from this one.
No, I was a big fan of it. I love that podcast. I
The
wish
Crime
it
Wave
came
shit
back.
is gonna
Maybe
be-
it will come back when they, now that Mike's gonna be rapping.
I mean, we offered him on Crime Wave anytime he wants to come through, and we have an interview. We're trying not to do
Yeah,
it. where-
Sam's new podcast group is really dope. So.
Yeah, it's like a whole like art commune thing.
It's
And
more like skate video influenced and
yeah, like check out the War video, and if you like
Yeah.
that style, we're kind of like aligned with that.
yeah.
And In Decline, they're actually doing a great piece right now on James Norman, who's a poet who writes a fucking dope poetry, and
Amazing writer.
just like he's living that writer's life, that real writer's life, like living in a mansion but fucking dirt poor, making art, and like he just redid
I think he had to leave that mansion.
yeah, he did, but he just redid a whole bar. Ever since I've known that kid, he's been living in his van, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking James don't fuck around. He just redid a whole bar by hand, wood. You know what I mean? The shaving, the fucking carving, the fucking. He like a little fucked up Jesus.
Definitely. But yeah. So to continue the Mike story.
Yeah, you still work with him in the studio on.
Oh,
Absolutely, we
100%.
just fucking wrapped up. We were
A
just
week.
a week in the studio in Portland, Oregon with him.
Nice.
Yeah,
I mean, Mike-
he's very involved with, especially the new tracks that we're working on.
Mike just doesn't want to. He's been fucking touring since like '83. He wants to just like get his shit in order. He wants to make fucking music at his own pace. He doesn't want to have to fucking tour around. He doesn't want to be the fucking guy. He wants to just like, ever since we played him our shit, he's like, I want to be fucking down. He's like, I just want you guys to do good. And that seems to be like what the people that we've aligned ourselves with, and that's who we try to align ourselves with. It's like, if you're our friend or we're them, it's like, we just want you to do better.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, and it's funny to me that people even want to do better because you're fucking going to end up dead anyway, stupid. But, it makes my friends happy, so it makes me happy.
Yeah.
With that.
But he's very much involved with fucking Codefendants. He's the fucking strong third member for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
he's the producer of it all. He's the
in-
bass player of it all. He plays a lot of instruments throughout the records
he takes a bunch of fucking, like,
and writes with
dumb
us too.
demos that sound like a fucking little kid play them, and he's like, okay, fucking check this out. He develops a lot of shit, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
He also
very
single-handedly
involved.
kept me out of fucking prison by buying me like a $40,000 lawyer when I caught that case out there. So fuck.
Yeah, so we signed a deal with him, but at the time when we signed it, it was also partially to get him out.
Your whole
of the
advance was getting.
Pretty much.
No,
Okay.
not quite.
Not the
Mike
whole-
took care of us. He
Nah,
really did.
not the whole
It was
advance, bro.
yeah. Mike took care of us. Made sure we knew that he cared a lot about the project, and then we worked for a long time to finish that record, and yeah,
And it came out, man.
about
Hey,
a year after
not only
we
did he
finished
keep
it.
me out of
and-
jail, but he was like my fucking personal Donald Trump, dude. You know what I mean? Because hey,
Got you another NPC.
you got another MD, bro. Well, that advance he gave us was generous, man. I lived a full year of like Airbnbs.
Well, then you also worked for the podcast full time, so you
Yep,
also,
and
yeah.
so I was getting, and I was still broke every week, dude.
Yeah, every week.
But hey, I had a great time.
Broke but comfortable.
I got
Yeah, we were pool boys at the mansion.
Yeah, we
Like, we lived in the pool house in the
bro.
back.
I got pictures on my phone that'll boogie woogie on your brain, dude. You know what I mean?
That's where the studio was. Like, he had like a big crib in the front, and we never slept in there. We just slept in the.
I was Kato,
the
he was
back little-
Kalen.
Little house.
We called each other.
It was a funny.
Kalen,
it was a
hey, you
funny
like
fucking
Q-tips?
time. It was a funny and inspired time.
Yo, where all the condoms at? You don't use condoms?
Is that where the barbecue?
Yeah.
Yeah, campfire. Yeah,
Bet. All right.
exactly.
Wild,
Sure.
a double wild night. It's a barbecue. I felt like I was responsible for Laura Jane Grace running away. Like I'd come out the house.
Oh, that's the barbecue. Oh, not the
Yeah, no, I was talking about the weekend at
Weekend.
Fatties. I walked out, and Laura Jane Grace was out in my driveway. That driveway, I've seen a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
But that day, I was like, oh man, like Against Me is one of my favorites. So I went and talked to her, and she's like, oh, what's up? And I was like, yeah, this is good. During COVID, like you had to sign shit to get in there. They were kind of letting public people in there. It was kind of like a VIP party, but they still have motherfuckers getting wristbands and shit. And I was standing next to her, I was smoking a blunt. I was like, you smoke? She's like, no. I'm always crazy. Let all these motherfuckers in here during COVID, huh? Oh, that's wild, bro. I was like, I didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? Next thing I know, she's supposed to play it, and I guess she went out the window of the main house, and she went on Instagram and was like, I'm at the bus station or the train station or whatever. Like I'm going home. I can't take this. It's too much. And of course, I was like,
Wait, did you
she
hit the
was probably
blunt?
planning to do it
She
anyway.
slipped out a window.
Yeah. She was probably planning to do it anyway. But like, of course, I'd be the last person to talk to her. So Mike's like, dude, what'd you say, dude? I was like, I didn't say nothing, bro. I was just like, yo, it's crazy. You guys let all these people in here with the disease.
No, I was asked, did she hit the blunt or no?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Because I might do some shit like
She's
that.
sober.
During COVID, I would get high and fucking wig the fuck out, but that's because the world was ending. But, I could see myself jumping out the window, but only if I...
You were already in the driveway, though. Yeah, you didn't have to go inside to make it. To each his own. We're all gonna die.
So, admittedly, Ceschi, I don't know a lot about you. I know you have ties to homies of mine in Cincinnati, Nick Mitchell, who did the Overcast Festival.
Juan Cosby?
Yeah, man, that's my boy. Like, we went to high school together, played in bands together and shit.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, I've done some tracks produced by Juan Cosby.
And I became a fan of Get Dead. I think the algorithm, I probably put on no effects, and I was doing the fucking dishes in the other room, and Disruption came on, and I thought it was Rancid at first, and then the second verse came on, and I'm like, yo, who the fuck is that? I'm like, that dude's flowing. Like, I had to drop what I was doing and walk back in and see who the fuck that shit was. So just props alone on that. I fucking love that shit. And I felt immediately, I was like, this dude's a hip hop head. I need to see this dude in a hip hop project. And like, I feel like I partially manifested that. But
and this whole project that we've been doing, even from the Codefendants to Crime Wave to James Peterson, who we're doing the tattoo shit with, and to Morgan's brother, who's done all Ceschi's videos. So when I saw Ceschi play at fucking Gilman, and I looked at my boy Mark, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make music with that dude. It was just like a thing, it's like you just know that it's just like, you're like, this is some art shit that wants to go down. And I think that that's the main, contributor to why I keep putting everything I got into it. I quit painting and shit. I was like, fuck it. Like, I'll give it a year. My boss fired me. He was like, look, go to Vegas, give it a year. He's all, if you don't make it, you'll fucking have a job waiting here. There's old ass painters, bro.
Yep.
It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Don't be a half-ass painter. Don't be a half-ass artist. So since I did that, we've been doing this almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only houses I painted are fucking out of favors for homies.
And we started 3 years ago.
Yeah, man.
In March of
and
2021.
We haven't had to fucking sell drugs. We haven't had to fucking paint houses. I mean, I've done
Allegedly.
some side jobs, but I like it a lot, man. I like it a lot. We have, we're blessed with a fucking radical hookup with a hotel chain that a friend did. We're fucking blessed with a radical hookup on some flight shit that we got.
Yeah, we just
It's like we still
figuring
can't
out
help.
ways to make it work.
It's still we find like ways to trap in our own little ways, dude.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, we're like, okay,
Yeah,
the gold member. Yeah, I'll see about that. I'm Diamante.
Yeah.
Right.
But I love it, man. It's good. It's good fucking times.
Yeah, and it just felt, once we started, it just felt like a natural wave of energy, because we just started making tons of shit at the same time.
Some folks online wanted to know how much material you've got on the shelf, potentially for another record. Is there plans on a whole record anytime soon?
Not this year. We're gonna be maybe releasing some singles throughout the rest of the year and making a really dope record for next year.
Okay.
I mean, we have enough. We have enough
we could put out a record, but it's not.
Yeah, we have enough.
We
Definitely have enough fucking content that we could put out fucking 3 records right now if we want. But I mean, we did that with the first album too. So I mean,
yeah, we chiseled it down.
Yeah,
there's a
and
lot
so
of music that didn't get used.
Yeah, some of that, those tracks that we didn't use on the first ones, we're still fucking with them. We're still developing them. We might, and we like to come out with very like.
And some came out on the 10 inches, if you know about that.
Yeah.
So
there's a whole set that we did a bunch of those B-sides on. But we're very hyper focused on whatever we release isn't like any type of like money grab. It's like a thought out, like with the Las Vegas one, we have like, with Tumex on it. We made a video with the Leaving Las Vegas. The packaging's right. The record comes in fucking cocaine white vinyl. It's, it's like we think about all of the shit. Like we came out with the God Blotter 7-inch that came with a piece of Codefendants blotter acid paper that you could actually use for blotter. And if you cut the whole back up, you could make it into a puzzle, and it gave you to a website. And the first person that got to the website won the mini turntable that's pictured on the cover.
yeah,
of
in
it.
fact, whoever won that and
we have your shit, bro.
We have your shit. We
need
want to
it.
send it to you. You got to write back to.
Yeah, we've been trying to get a hold of
who's
you.
been trying to get a hold of you, but
It was some kid. It was I'm telling you, dude, he gave up hope because fucking somebody dropped the ball. But he was smart about it too. Instead of cutting up the record, he fucking scanned it.
That's
And
right.
then when he was in homeroom, he'd be on his iPad and he just like moved the pieces around. He just vectored every square. You know what I mean? So that was fucking.
And if you got that and did the whole thing, you got to reach back out to us because we might just give it to the first person who reaches back out.
Yeah. Or the
And we only have one social media. It's Codefendants Legal Fund on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
Crime
only
Wave
thing we
TV.
use.
Crime Wave TV
Gonna
on
have to
Instagram.
clip this part of the video and spam it.
Yeah, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, for sure. Even go like, remind me. I'll go on there right now while I'm talking about it. Look at this is the cover of it. This is the back of it. Check out this fucking look. I used fucking real blotter, fucking acid paper. I perforated it for you. You know, that's why we call it God Blotter. There's instrumental. It's a battle record on side B. It's a bunch of weird samples like the 90s fucking battle records so you could scratch it. And if you won this, it came with a mini turntable. It had a fucking James Dean fucking fader that I modified in it with a stop-start button and a pitch control. And you could scratch the fuck out of this motherfucker. So, and I put a lot of work into it. It's like a fucking $600 fucking turntable. Plus the however many hours I put having to learn how to solder and open this shit up. My ADD, that fucking thing was open for like a month. I was just like, damn, dude, I'm turning into my fucking parents, you know what I mean? Look at a tweaker house in here and shit, you know? But, hey, I put it back together and the thing fucking works. So, if you fucking figure that puzzle out, genius, figure out how to fucking send your address.
How many copies did you press of that with the blotter?
500.
Yeah, I would say 500.
Maybe even
Might be
250.
1,000 though.
Ooh. You went up on it. I went down.
I might be
Yeah, you're very wrong. We only made 25 of them.
20.
They're very rare, so if you see them.
They are rare though. Maybe it was actually it might have been 300. I don't know.
I don't know, but you can check it out if you have questions about how many of those that we make, because we also try to make shit very like limited edition.
Bottles to the Ground.
Bottles to the Ground, our record label. You can go to bottlesoftheground.com and then directly tell Tom that the Back from 13 video isn't too violent.
So I had to outsource some questions for you. And when I was doing my homework on you, I saw that you're homies with some of my favorites, like Sage Francis.
Yeah.
And
You made a video. Have you seen the Sage Francis video?
no, Nick was schooling me earlier today on all the
Oh,
shit
he's
I need to
tripping,
catch
bro.
up on. I know, dude.
Dude,
I'm always late to the
They're dressed
party.
in like fucking panda suits.
Elmo suits.
Elmo suits.
And there's
Play the video.
but
Can I also shout out Yoni Wolf?
absolutely.
Y, the band Y.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
Big shout out. Yeah.
What's the name of the radio station that we played with?
Is C.L. Hughes out Cincinnati anymore? Who's out there? Mr. Dibbs, what up?
Oh, Mr. Dibbs. Mr. Dibbs scares the fuck out of me.
You should.
Yeah,
You should be scared.
When I bought my Donald Trump fucking MPC though, like the first drum pack that I bought was a Mr. Dibbs drum pack.
Dope.
Yeah, he got that dope noise glitch shit. He also has people suspended from hooks while he's DJing.
So, somebody online wanted to know, you've retired releasing music under the name Ceschi,
Yeah, it's my last year releasing music under Ceschi.
and
I have one more. So it's a double album, and I'm releasing it in 2 parts. I've actually been waiting 7 months for these records to get pressed. I was just hitting up the manufacturer today, being like, "What the fuck is up?" Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, so part 1 is only out on Bandcamp right now. I did most of the singles out streaming, but part 2 will be out in November.
and so
That's it for the albums.
And are you fully hyper focused on Codefendants
Yeah.
from here on out?
Yes,
Or for the
I'd like to give it
foreseeable?
my full, undivided attention. I really struggle to pay attention to too much at the same time. So
And well, this might be a broad question, but what's your biggest personal achievement as a musician?
being
Today.
alive as a musician,
Yeah.
at past age 40, like that is such a miracle. Sometimes I can't even believe I'm here, and that's why I'm really grateful to be where I'm at. be doing the shows we're doing, playing with no effects, those final shows with no effects. It's an incredible. I remember there was a moment on stage with them in Barcelona when I was looking over this wave of people in this beautiful square in Barcelona.
Communist Square.
Yeah, Communist Square in Barcelona. Anarchist, actually, if you're talking about the Civil
Anarchist,
War.
my bad.
But
I digress.
just a wave of people singing along to no effects. I just had this moment of like, I cannot believe I'm here at this age. Like, I've had many lives, many different, I don't know, I feel like this is like my fourth life or something like that.
I feel that.
And
Gato.
it just, that's my accomplishment, is still being here after so many years. So many people tap out. I would say 90+% tap out, and I understand it. I was right around the corner from that. Then Sam fucking pulled me back into this bullshit, and I get to experience the best shit ever because of it. It's really it's an honor to play with all those OGs and get respect from them, and just share stages with these people. And yeah, it's cool. I've gotten to do a lot of cool shit.
I just paid my third month in a row of rent ahead of time, so I like that a lot.
That's not his regular way.
I don't prepay shit, bro. I'm on Metro PCS. You know what I mean? I sleep with prostitutes. Like,
you date prostitutes.
yeah,
You don't just sleep with
yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, that's real talk. You know what I mean? And they still get pissed. They still get mad at you. Yeah, what are you doing tonight? The fuck are you doing tonight?
We know what you're doing.
What do you mean? What am I doing tonight, dude?
Yeah, your way out of the responsibility just backfired.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh shit, everybody's got feelings. Oh, you fuck my sister.
Well, on the flip, like, Sam, your biggest achievement, you said today?
Yeah, today I paid another month's rent. You know?
Yeah.
And that's all I can ask. That's all I've ever. I mean, I think that the record label and everybody, they got off pretty they fucked up. Because when this whole thing started, I was like, I don't need to get paid. You guys don't need to give me a salary or anything. I just want a Zip Zap card that works. You know what I mean? Like, just give me a fucking ATM card that works, and that's good. And, like, you know, whatever it is, you know, I'm not going to spend more than, like, say, like, $5,000 a month, right? Or $1,000 a week. And some months I might only spend fucking $1,000 out of that $5,000. And I'm not even asking for it to be re-upped.
Don't let it roll over.
Any future record labels, let me tell you this, dude. We're upping this shit up to $10,000 because you guys have been sleeping. But if you give me a card that just stays at $10,000 and every month it just bumps back up to $10,000, because you can fly anywhere in the world for like $3,000. You know what I mean? The nicest hotel you're gonna get's about fucking $4,000. You rent a fucking Rari, you're gonna fucking spend another $1,000. Like $10,000's fucking, you're having a good time. You know what I mean? So hopefully you're gonna be working, so you're not gonna have enough time to have all those good times. So really, you'd only be spending like $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? But it's got to go back up.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you don't make a lifestyle that's based on your new expectations.
Exactly, and that's where I think that
just
people
always
go wrong.
come back to where we're from.
We can eat. I can pay my rent now, and that's why I'm like proud of it, because I can. We've positioned ourselves where it's like now I can pay my rent, and it can fucking leave me with only like $600 for the rest of the year. But I can make that. It doesn't matter if I got $60 or $6,000. It's the same shit. It's the same fucking gas station food. It's the same fucking 12-pack of Modelo.
It's that Taco Bell.
It's that Taco Bell. It's that Marlboro Red. You know, it's that fucking $150 skate fucking board every now and then. It's a fucking brand new pair of Dickies. Like, if I shop at Target, bro, I don't give a fuck. My friends give me shirts. My buddy gave me this shit last night. Fucking PCP Driver, what up? Crime Wave TV. Fucking Detroit Cobras. He told me yesterday that chick died during COVID.
Damn.
One of my favorite fucking Detroit bands.
I didn't know that either.
R.I.P. Pour one out. Shit.
Well, shit, let's smoke cigarettes. Uh-oh,
So-
page turner.
Is there any artist, I guess this could be for both of you, anyone you'd like to collaborate with in the future?
Yeah.
The piano player from last night.
Yeah, we just played with Jay Navarro from
Suicide
Machines, and his like, yeah, I guess that's also the piano player.
They're called the
also
Traders.
plays with the Traders, but the piano player also plays with Suicide Machines, right? Sometimes. They were super dope.
He's
That was just someone off the top of my head that was.
Yeah,
it'd
well,
be
he's
nice
a
to work with
professor
them
in
and
Jamaica for like music studies,
Yeah,
and
he's a
he's on
musicologist.
that ska shit, boy. And we've been working with Blag. He was just over at the Crime Wave House.
Yeah,
And we got
from the Dwarves.
from the Dwarves.
Okay.
As far as rappers, there's so many rappers I would love to work with.
Who's playing tonight, bro?
This kid out of Ohio, out of Cincinnati, named Jay Hill.
You know who this is?
Have you heard of this kid?
Yeah.
He's fucking a beast.
phenomenal.
He's out of Cincinnati.
Yeah,
He's
phenomenal.
opening tonight. He's a
He
beast.
has that like, I've told him this. I don't feel bad saying it to the public. He got that like Souls and Mischief, Far Side energy to his shit, but he spits impeccably. And, you know, I don't say that lightly. He spits.
Yeah,
very,
it's for real.
Like his technicality is out of control. His like cadence and melodic sense is out of control, and the energy is like boom. He's like.
And I know it's off,
bouncing off the walls.
And I know it's off topic because it's not like who we really want to collab with. There's so many people we want to collab with, we can't even start it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too many.
But what I am fucking psyched on is that like my top 3 favorite bands, hands down, right now is the Spits from San Francisco, and they're playing here in a couple days. And I've never seen them
We're
play.
not gonna see them
I've
because we're
never
gonna be in
seen
New
them play.
York. But yeah,
So fucking
that's
big
cool.
ups to the Spits. If you haven't heard of them, check that shit out.
dope.
That and fucking the Spits. That's what's up.
So, where do you see yourselves 5 years from now?
Dead.
You really see yourself dead, or you think you're gonna live?
Just-
'Cause there's two versions of that story. You're like, man, we're gonna live to 100.
Yeah.
Because we had that conversation in Europe, where Sam was like, man, fuck, look at technology, look how good old people look these days, man. We were like Europe, watching people walking down a lake, you know, around a river walk or some shit, a canal or something. And he's like, man, we're gonna live to 100 and we're gonna be able to do this shit for a long time.
I mean, he's got Keith
And then he also
Richards
says
vibes.
5 years we're just gonna be toast.
Well, Tony Hawk's fucking almost 70 years old. He's doing fucking McTwist and shit on bird ramps. You know,
Mike's
muscle memory,
fucking
whatever.
almost,
Yeah, he almost he up there
60.
too, bro.
and he's looking
But
pretty
I
good
say-
for
I
all
say-
the lifestyle he's lived. I mean,
I
damn,
say, he haven't lived that lifestyle, bro. That dude didn't even start doing drugs until he was 35.
that's true.
35, bro. That's only fucking. I'm 43 right
A
now.
few years.
So he's not even a decade into this drug game. Shut the fuck up, little guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fucking tell me more about you pooping blood, dude. You know what I mean? Maybe don't fucking eat so much falafel, fuckface. You know? But I say
Say straight to the camera for him.
But he already knows, bro.
I know,
He already
I know,
knows.
he
He already
knows.
fucking looked away. He's already scoffing. Listen.
You can't talk that way.
I say 5 years because if you don't plan on, it's almost like I respect Ceschi's idea to like not fucking continue. He wants. I see what he's doing. He wants the Ceschi thing to have fucking like continuity. You know what I mean? Like a bookend. Like
Exactly.
this is a product. This was my fucking 20s and 30s. Fucking take it or leave it. This was my journal about it. I think I bodied this shit. We all know that he did.
20 years flat.
You know,
2004
and
to
I think
24.
without having the mind frame of like, you know, fucking the, you know, raccoon can run in the road and you go off and get killed tonight. Like, just think of like, you know, you got 5 years. If you really only did have fucking 5 years, how much more are you gonna get done than if you act like you're gonna live to 100? You know, I mean, I never thought that I'd make it past 18. Didn't think I'd make it past 21. Didn't make it up to 30, fucking 40.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, dude, mentally, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking, you know, eat my fucking Wheaties and drink water once a month, you know. But like, I think that like, if you want to continue to make art or fucking music or anything like that, or anything you're fucking doing, act like you got 5 years left. You know.
Just do whatever's in front of you as well as you can. Whatever's in front of you. I'm not that great at looking back and reaching out to people from, you know what I'm saying? Like when you live on the road, it's so difficult to
Mexican girls
think
are really
about
good at looking
all
back.
all of your past and reach out to home. It could be your best friends back home. Sometimes you're just not going to reach out. But whoever's in front of me, I'm going to treat them well and I'm going to do whatever I do well. I'm not that great at all the other shit around me, but
Yeah,
that's
bills-
why I don't really
no.
love thinking too much about the future. I've always kind of accomplished I love immediate goals. And
I also think that you should sock people in the face around you that aren't about your immediate goals that you can see are detrimental to your friends and yours fucking come up. You know what I mean? Because for one, with whatever you're doing, you should already be in a position where what you're doing is right. You know what I mean? And if there's people around you that are trying to knock that shit down or talk shit about it or talk shit about your homie when they're not in the room, it needs to be on you to be like, yo, fuck you, fool. Get the fuck on out of here with that. You know, and that's how you weed out the bad shit, and that's how you, like, progress.
I mean,
because if you only got
Mike,
5 years, fucking got no time for them fucking snakes, bro.
Mike, you know, Mike talks real big about Codefendants in a way where he sees us doing everything that you could possibly do in music. I've never experienced some of these things out of doing music professionally for 20 years without barely having my last like real job was 2006. So I want to continue living off of music however it works, and jobs are jobs. Like, I mean, if it's not Codefendants, I believe it will be Codefendants.
I know it will, because I don't think that I've ever had, like, not to get too cheesy about it, but like I've never had anybody in my life, especially like not knowing like a dad or whatever, give a fuck this much about what we're doing. And Mike is the only person that is like 100. I mean, not the only person. Now we have so many. Our team is
now
so
there's a lot
legit.
of love, but Mike was the first person to like
to
invest
say, fuck
that much time,
like,
effort, love,
he turned down
money into everything.
He turned down a crazy deal for money. I can't like talk about like the shit, but like when it first started popping up and we caught like a little wave in LA, we got offered a lot of money, and Mike's like, "Nah, fuck that. We could get more."
Yeah,
you know, and
we did.
He still apologizes to this day. He's like, "Hey, I'm fucking sorry, fellas." You know, but hey, you know what? You know what? I'd rather have had the confidence of my homie like that than the money.
Me too.
100%,
you know what
100%.
I'm happy about with Codefendants is that it's growing in a grassroots fashion, almost like the 90s music. It's not a lot of like promo campaign behind it. It's not the bullshit reels, viral shit. None of that. It's a real TikTok. Natural growth.
I think they got to hit
and the
TikTok.
people who fuck with it really fuck with it. Like, you'll see tonight, they're brought to tears. They're moved. It could be like a 70-year-old couple or kids, like teenagers, being moved, and that's something I never experienced on that level so quickly before. And that's what I think Codefendants. If I'm a betting man, I'm a bet on Codefendants in 5 years. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. We did our market research on fucking Uber drivers in LA, and that's how we would know that songs were getting close, is when every Uber driver from all walks of life would be like, yo,
have like a Turkish Uber driver be like, okay, well, this song, that one, no.
Big up to Turkish barbers, and, you know. My boy Guillaume put me on that shit. They use fire. Shit is dope. If you ever get a chance to get a Turkish barber, fuck with it.
How does your future with Get Dead come into play with the future of Codefendants? Are you finding a decent balance?
Yeah, there's a great balance, man, because you know, Ceschi, first and foremost, is like, you know, he a family dude, you know.
Yeah.
And he's got a beautiful wife. He's got a son. You know, it's good for him to go back.
I like my time home.
Yeah,
I really do.
He needs it.
That's like some of the first times in my life I could say that.
Yeah.
Is recently over the last couple years.
Yeah, for sure.
And really, Codefendants has helped provide for that. And like,
and be able to do it comfortably. I mean, we still have our struggles here and there, but like we have a team
like today
set up. Yeah.
Like, I couldn't pay daycare this morning. You know what I mean? But I figured it out. And we have a team, and we figured out, you know, and that's like every time. But.
And that's because we don't have anybody on the team that's like jockeying for a position, anything. It's all Codefendants. It's all one fucking thing. They know that they can, you know, they know goddamn well they can call me at any point in time, and I'll come down there and set fire to a fucking city.
It's also like you know in the game, like when we work in like the streets and whatever, hustle, whatever, we're so used to like lending each other money and like. You know, a lot of fools don't give things back, but when you're with people that you trust, it's a very common thing to be like, here's this, here's that, I expect it back. You know, when you get out of prison, I'm gonna get you back. You know, like that's like
it's a
common thing in our culture. You know what I mean?
And it's not talked about.
Kind of how we work with Codefendants as well. It's like we keep each other afloat. If Sam's like, yo, I need, you know.
So, yo, bro, we just got paid yesterday. I'm like, bro, I'll try to like make up some shit. I'm
It
like,
sounds so wild to someone who works like a regular job, the
Yeah.
way that we fluctuate.
Yeah.
But
Like, I'll take a week's paycheck, basically, like, that you make in a night, and just be like, yo, so I drank too many margaritas last night, and like, I got this hotel room, and like, I'm in another
we're
city.
always there for each other, and if
Yeah, for
there's
sure.
a collective of people there for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's just gonna grow, man. It feels like a wave. I bet there's this year you just see the shit growing, and
It feels like we're making. It's not like a thing where it's like we're trying to. Like the thing with Get Dead, and that's why it works is because
they're part of it. That's the thing.
they're all
family.
a part of it.
They're
They're
all a part of it.
It's all the same thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of derelicts that have figured out that like if we. And like, make no mistake, when you get up here and you start playing these festivals and all this shit, there's a game that needs to be played. There's fucking egos that need to be stroked. There's respect that needs to be given, but there's also respect that needs to be taken. And so they're as much a part of Codefendants as Codefendants are. You
And
know,
Zeta too, like
and
Zeta,
Zeta for
who's
100%.
Our homies from Venezuela who've been backing us since
day
the
one.
beginning.
Yeah.
They are,
We basically
an
have the nation
incredible
cut in
band
half
on their
if we're
own,
over
like just
here.
like
Yeah.
Get Dead. I mean, it's more of a malleable project in the sense like anyone that's part of our family could come in, contribute.
And it's the best balance ever because he doesn't have to be on these like death marches of like
Yeah.
fucking 40 days in a row.
I did 200 plus shows to make my little fucking
10 grand
bread to make
Yeah.
make it through the year before. I don't have to do that no more. I could go home.
And
for
as
a
much
month
as he
at
has
a
to
time.
be
I'm
home,
gonna go,
I've
like-
got to be gone from home. Because if
Yeah.
you leave me in one spot for like too long of amount of a time, I get into fucking. I just start. I start plotting shit.
Yeah, so we were just being like, oh, when are we going home? I was like, oh, our month off is September. He said, oh, I think Get Dead's booked September.
Yeah.
So
I'll go home for a week.
And they're still working. They're working on a new album as well. And
Yeah,
so-
we're definitely working on a new album, and it's like, we've been adjusting to me living in Vegas and then being in the Bay Area. So, we had a couple bills and court issues and stuff that we've been fucking maintaining and getting through, and so it's all the same, man. It's nothing's changed. I can tell you that with the Crime Wave TV shit, which the team with that is basically doing most of the work, which it's like I don't have to like be in like meetings and do all this shit like it was with Fat Mike shit. Fat Mike shit was, they had that shit structured out. We made Crime Wave to be very independent, like an octopus. Anybody can fucking throw their shit. You download it into the mainframe. We got one dude fucking doing the editing, one dude doing the font. It's just,
It's all a collective.
Yeah, but after that, man,
They're actually living kind of in a collective manner.
we live in it.
So it's like an art house, like
Yeah,
where
we
they
throw
at. It's like
parties
a
to pay it.
derelict art house. It's
but
fresh.
But it's in like Frank Sinatra's old house.
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
a fresh
It's like
house.
it's all mid-century modern fucking. It came fully fucking furnished. Big up to fucking Ren and her husband who like gave us the okay. They didn't run credit check on us and shit. Like,
Yeah, there's gonna
they
be
come to all
more
our
shows
parties,
at Crime
they
Wave
talk to
House. There's gonna be
landlords,
more
like-
art projects at Crime Wave House. So.
We're actually going to be doing a whole Crime Wave episode with her husband's truck club. They're, I want to give it up, but their band's also going to like play in the garage. And that's going to be a whole episode. They're going to take us to 3 spots. The spot that they grew up going to eat as a kid, their favorite bar now, and then where they go to drive their fucking custom fucking 70 Chevy trucks up to get like their flicks and shit. Because make no mistake, Las Vegas and Nevada, man, you can drive 20 minutes fucking east or west and end up in the most beautiful canyons you've ever seen in your fucking life. Like it's a wild desert, man. I had a pet tortoise for a couple days, but he decided to go off and die.
Do we have a?
We're gonna stop and change this battery.
Okay.
Let's smoke a
Alright.
cigarette.
We've been going about an hour. I have really 3 more questions if if you're ready.
Whatever you need, man.
Yeah, we can just get that right.
I figure.
Famous last words, 3 questions.
We still got levels on that one. So we still got juice on this guy. Let me check angle 2. We are still rocking. We're good. We'll just use this angle when that one's dead. So the internet wants to know, Get Dead, Codefendants, when will either be in Australia and
Oh,
Canada?
we're actually talking Canada all next month.
Oh, fuck.
So
yeah.
do
Full
not
month.
go up on our Instagram, Get Dead and Codefendants, all of August. We're going to be touring
all
all
over.
the NoFX states and some more. So
And hella club shows.
we got a club show with Factor, my Factor Chandelier,
Oh shit!
my
Don't
main
hate
producer.
Big ups. Talk about the Factor project.
So I was supposed to ask, how did you link up with him?
With Factor Chandelier.
Yeah. Somebody wanted to
Man,
know
like
that.
18 years ago or so, like maybe, I don't remember. What was it? The beginning, maybe it was 16, 17 years ago, whatever. We were just running the same circles, connected to Project Blowed, Shapeshifters. I used to sleep on 2Mex's and Cholo Lancinco's couch. When I was a kid, I was in a band with Cholo Lancinco, who's a member of Mexican descent, along with my brother and Tommy V. It was called Toca. And we worked with like the Freestyle Fellowship and Hip Hop Clan, CVE, of course the Shapeshifters, and Factor had been doing work with AWOL1, who was like, he's one of my favorite underground rappers, and
He's one of my favorite humans.
And he's
my
also
one
been
favorite
around
humans.
the fucking Codefendants recording sessions since day one, and so I liked the work he was doing with AWOL. He reached out to me to do something on a record he was making, and we just became fast friends. And he was like, is right when I started a label called Fake 4 in 2008, and that was the second record we ended up putting out, was his album called Chandelier.
Okay.
He changed his name to Factor Chandelier shortly after that.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how we met. We started making songs and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what we could talk about or not. right
Well,
now.
we can talk about the single that just dropped.
Oh yeah, we just did a single with him. Codefendants did a single. Yeah, he got on CBC National Radio with that. Did an
Blowing
interview
up.
with that. Yeah.
Oh,
doing
shit.
Good shit. All right, I think the show's about to start. How
Is it
we
about
could-
to
we
start?
could wrap-
Yeah. Hey, big up to Factor Chandelier.
Big up
Dude.
Factor. But yeah, we're gonna be in Canada all of August, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
And then Australia, we're working on for next year.
Yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna
not
go
even
there.
next record, dude. We'll figure out Australia because December, January out here, it's summer out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're gonna we have a
I've
we
been
have
talking
a
to someone about
we
it.
have a little flight thing fucking figured out and
Yeah.
shit. We're
All
good.
right, so-
But hey, thank you so much for having us, man.
Yeah, man, I really
What,
appreciate
you
it.
want to do? Rip a quick question? What's the final question?
Well, it's an existential question, so
My favorite.
to
There
the
you go.
sound of punk
One more
rock,
hour.
The question is, where do you see America in 5 years?
Oh. Okay. Well, this election that's coming up right now, I look at it as a mock election. It's like buying time from our older generation. I believe both parties, which I believe are, yeah, it's bullshit, power. Old power is going to have to shift. This is like the last breath of old power. You're looking at two 80-year-olds, kind of going through this farce election. It's just 4 more years of buying time to know what the new generation of the parties is going to be. And that's just power trying to buy time for itself. I hope people see a different version of America, and we can know our strength as the population of America. Like, all of us don't understand our strength when we're in communities. We have tons of power beyond these bullshit elections. We can make changes. We can start locally in our communities. We can make major changes. I'm all about ending this government as it stands, right? Like, I don't believe it works. I believe it keeps repeating the same mistakes. I believe capitalism keeps repeating the same mistakes. It's why we have bank bailouts and all these kind of things that's not really a part of capitalism, right? So, unfortunately, 5 years, you said? I don't see that changing too much in 5 years. I do see a shift, at least to the puppetry that we see right now it's gonna shift. There's gonna be a new generation of puppets. That's my answer.
I don't give a fuck. I'll be dead.
All right, we out.
This right here, that's my shit.